Hey, what's up everybody, TechChucker here, and welcome to episode 16 of This Week in Dioramas Season 2. Now, if you are not familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on this show. Now, if you'd like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. Not too long ago, I started a new Facebook group. It's called the Diorama HQ. You are more than welcome to go ahead and request to join. There's 3 questions that you have to answer before you can get added in. You need to tell me where you found out about this, so if you're watching the video, let me know you heard it from episode 16 or whatever, and then you're gonna have to indicate that you're gonna follow the rules, and then let me know what your Instagram handle is in the questionnaire. If you happen to have one, it's not required, but it's good to know. And then really this is just kind of a chill place to be able to share your work, if it's work in progress, if it's photography that you're doing, if it's your final project, whatever that might be. If you have a YouTube channel where you want to share your tutorials, or just whatever it is, as long as it is diorama related, photography with your diorama related, that sort of stuff, it is, as of right now, all fair game. We're just going to try and keep it relaxed. There is no intention that this is going to compete with other groups or anything like that. I'm not trying to pull you away from those groups. And then also, just so you know, I am still only going to be pulling pictures from Instagram for the show, so don't expect, if you're posting in this Facebook group, that's where you will get your pictures showcased from. It is still going to be just Instagram because it's easier that way, but just if you're interested, go ahead and look up Diorama HQ. I will put a link in the description below so you can go ahead and ask to join, and I'll go ahead and get you added in, and we can get that conversation going offline in between episodes. And of course, before we get started with the show, we do need to reveal the winner of last week's fan vote, and your winner is the Millennium Falcon Dio by Rogue Al. Congratulations, you will now be entered into the Grand Championship vote at the end of the year. Make sure that you all stay tuned till the end of this episode, where you'll get another chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. Alrighty, we are ready to get started. Before we do, I just want to make one quick note. If you have time, watch the episode till the end. That way then all of the diorama creators are getting seen. There's some really amazing projects, and I hate for some people to get missed simply because they were at the end of the episode. It's always hard to figure out what order it is that I'm going to put these in. I wish I could put everybody first. So if you can watch till the end, that's always helpful. And then of course share these videos out to people that you maybe aren't seeing on the show because maybe they don't know about it. But let's just jump right on into it. We're going to jump in with Brett Woolman's Star Wars display. This thing is absolutely amazing. It's their May the 4th post, and it is a stellar picture. I mean, you guys know I love photography. I don't get to do as much of it as I would like. This thing is perfection, and the diorama that he's been working on is amazing. I mean, all of these lights throughout this thing are it's so cool. It looks so realistic. It looks like it came from the movies or even the cartoons. I mean, it is just such a well done piece. And the picture, again, I go back to that, the lighting is amazing. So awesome job on this. I believe Brett this is a first time showcase for you. I've been following you for a little while. I know you've been following me. This is just an absolutely epic piece. I would love to, and I'm going to go through your profile again. I would love to see this diorama just out in the open wide to see what it actually looks like. But man, this thing is amazing. Now, these next 2 dioramas, I had an internal debate back and forth, because for a little bit here, I thought that these 2 dios were the same dio, and I was starting to get a little bit worried looking at them. And I was like, did somebody just scrape someone else's project from Instagram and showcase it as their own? And as I did when I did a closer look, I was able to realize, okay, they have different details. And we'll look at that, but you can see that these posts are wider than these, but I even noticed that some of the blocks were painted very similar, and it was just crazy to me. So we're gonna look at this one first. This is Maxi Lopez 4105. This thing is superbly done. You've got the glass with the little air holes, just like in Silence of the Lambs. I mean, this is a amazing piece. I love the paintwork. I love the little rivet bolts that you've got throughout. And then if we go through some of these pictures a little bit more, see, this is what I saw, very similar, and it's been ages since I've seen the movie, but they had very similar stonework, which was just throwing me off. And then the beds were very similar. Now they aren't the same, but it just threw me off because they both came at about the same time. This thing is so well done. I really dig what you did here. It looks really great. Very, very impressed with your work. So great job, Maxi Lopez 4105. Let's go ahead and take a look at this other one. This is from Rogue Al, and this is a scratch build Hannibal cell for their NECA Chucky doll, and you can see the similarities. The stonework looks very similar, which is awesome. So obviously you guys are both looking at source material and copying it with slight variations, but you've both got the air holes in the glass. Really digging on this. You've got a ceiling on yours, so you've got a light shining down. Really cool looking piece. Look at that. You've got that nasty urinal there, and yeah, just an amazing set of pieces. Both of you did amazing work on these things. I really dig it. And I apologize for having that initial thought that these might have been swiped from each other or something. So it just, at least I figured it out. All right. So awesome job to Rogue Al. And yeah, just a really nice piece. Here is a pretty breathtaking piece coming from Diorama. Boy, I have to say, he's posted and tagged quite a few pieces that are just absolutely amazing. I've held a couple of them because I try to only do one per creator each week, and it's so hard just to pick one from his collection alone. And this week I chose this one. It is a subway station diorama. It is just amazing looking. Look at the paintwork on this, the sculpt work, all of the graffiti, the lighting. Everything gives you that ambiance of a realistic looking piece, you know, just like it's a real picture. And then you've got the stairway going up too. It just adds that depth for this piece. It is so well done. The lighting looks great. Your picture looks amazing. I always like your work. It is so well done, and you know, it's just super fun to be able to showcase your work. This one's coming from Jesse Blaz or Jesse Blaze 3, maybe it's Jesse Blaze. This is a really great looking piece. This is from the Joker movie. If you recall the stairway where he's doing his dance down the stairs and then he gets chased by the police at one point. This thing is really well done. You did a great job bringing the two walls from the buildings together with the stairwell. The video is just a series of the pictures. Let's go ahead and play that while I kind of yammer on. And then I think that this is a custom Joker figure that you created as well. I really dig on the paintwork that you've got throughout this thing. It's very well done. All of the debris with the garbage and the leaves on the stairs, very nicely done. The only thing that could be added to this is at some point some sort of cityscape that matches the movie for this background, so it's not just a wall. But without it even, it still is an amazing looking piece. You did a great job trying to bring that movie scene to life in your diorama, so really nicely done piece. This one is coming from Star Marvel 76. It is the Endor diorama piece, or Endor forest scene, and they have, what are we calling it? The, jeez. All right, let's just read it. May the 4th, this was another one of the May the 4th days, and this thing looks amazing. I've seen work in progress pictures of this for a little while now. It is amazing. This thing's 8 inches deep, 24 inches long, 16 inches tall, and it is amazing. Did I say it was amazing? It is amazing. Just check out all of the details on this, all of the moss and whatnot growing on the side of the trees, and the detail of those trees is stunning. Let's go ahead and play this video. You can see all of the intricacy of the work on this, and the resin little creek, that is absolutely delightful. I love it. I love it so much. Look at those logs. They actually look like wood. Really nicely done. This is such a great looking piece. You really nailed it. Wow, this is so good. I'm wondering how long it took you to make this thing, because it is so well done. Just check that out. The little shine from the water making this part of the log wet. That's a really cool detail. I mean, this thing is gonna just be amazing for pictures. Wow, what a great piece. So awesome job, Star Marvel 76. Here's another really amazing Star Wars display piece. Kind of the theme this week is Star Wars, since May the 4th just occurred. This is the Jabba throne room, I believe, where we've got Han Solo in carbonite. And this thing is really cool. He's got another picture with a whole bunch of action figures in the scene, which is super cool. I wanted to be able to see all of the details, and he's got this display piece without any of the figures in here. Just look at all the details. You got the little animal skin rugs on there, and it's just a well constructed piece. It is so clean, and wow, yeah, it's really nicely done. So awesome job on another amazing piece to Striker Hobbies. Now this Friday the 13th Freddy Krueger display piece is also amazing. We'll just say this, everything in this show is amazing. Just get used to me saying that. Wow, the detail on here is wow, it's so cool. You can see, you probably used a bendy straw for this exhaust pipe that's coming from the furnace. There's a little bit of a glow in there, so there must be a light of some sort. There's just so many little details throughout this scene, and it is absolutely crazy. The detail, the paint work on here is so nice. You can see little paint variation of weathering on the actual furnace, and yeah, I am just really digging this. Look at that. You've got little chains, and then you got the little valve there to probably, I forget what that would be, if it's an air intake or it's too big for gas. Well, anyway, it's just, look at all the details. This is crazy. You've got this shelf with I don't even know what all this stuff would be, but it looks amazing. You got some tools up on there. Wow. Love it. Love it to death. This is so good. So awesome job, Dioramas Tom, on just a stellar looking piece. This one's coming from Laser Shot, and this is kind of like a bedroom scene. Let's see, is it coming from? So Halloween 3 is what he's saying. I don't think I've seen Halloween, any of the Halloweens. I'm sorry, I'm just not that well versed in those. But for the sake of what this is as a diorama, it is looking pretty darn sweet. I love the wallpaper that you've got there. I would like to know where, if you just printed it off, if you have a color printer and you're able to print it off at that scale, or are you finding wallpaper that is like dollhouse wallpaper to be able to be scaled properly? I would love to know that. Great looking TV. All of the props are looking awesome. I have a little rug that's very similar to this. Mine's kind of a bluish color, so you probably got that off of Amazon or eBay or something. And then you've got a really nice wood floor on here, which is looking pretty sweet. So all around, this is a really nice looking piece that is gonna be awesome on your shelf. This one's coming from Christoph's Customs, and let's see, the last custom of 2019, none of the other, then The Thing 1982 movie, and this this is really awesome. I think you did a great job on this piece, and the pictures are amazing. You can see the creature there in the cage. It's been ages since I've seen the movie, so I don't remember any of the details of what everything looked like, but this diorama is looking awesome. You really did a great job with that. Look at that. You've got little drops of blood hanging on the chain link fence, which is so cool. It gives that action feel that something's just happening right now. And look at that. That is so cool. Awesome detail, great pictures to get that cinematic feel with your pictures. So really, really nice work on this piece. This one's coming from Nemai EJ8. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles display piece, and you really nailed it. This thing looks great. The weathering on here, just look at the edging on the wood for the wood floor that's kind of breaking off. That looks so good. And then your wallpaper, you've done a really nice job weathering all of those edges and whatnot. That looks sick. This is just a great display piece, and maybe make a floor so that then you're not displaying on your table, and maybe you have that planned. But I just dig this thing. It is so good. It is a great display piece to be able to put your figures on here. Your brick looks awesome. Just a really nice job on this piece. I'm really digging it. So great job on another really, really nice piece. All right, let's play this video from EMT Diorama. This thing is massive. It is Thanos Battelle Planet. Battelle, I'm not familiar with that. Just look at the scale of this thing. These columns are immensely cool. The little cauldrons with the fire, and then the stairway. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely insane with the throne room there. We've got lights. This is just sick. This is so sick. There's so cool, so many cool things. Look at all the details sculpted in there. I love that the stairs have different tones with, oh, this is an absolutely phenomenal piece. It is so big and so cool. Must have built this a while back, because I think that they were reposting this maybe, but my goodness, this thing is huge. It is so cool. Look at that. This is wow, so much room for posing other figures in there. My goodness, what amazing work. This is wow. This one is coming from Mighty Kane, and oh my gosh, this thing is massive, and it is so cool, and the pictures are awesome. You nailed it in every respect. So I got to ship this, so it looks like you sold this sucker. It is super cool. Let's just cycle through these pictures. Look at that. Look at all of the details. This is ridiculous how crazy I mean, wow, so much stuff. Whoever it is that's getting this thing is going to be so happy. And look at the picture that you can make, that you can take with this. It looks like it's straight out of a movie set. Dang, so cool. And look at that. This one is coming from, okay, we're not going to say this very correctly as my guess. Bella Zoidberg. Okay, so a few more doors, work in progress. This thing is looking really good. As a work in progress, if this was mine, I'd be like, this is done, man. Maybe a couple of props or something, but this thing is looking great. Paintwork looks awesome. This actually looks like plaster, that the old plaster that they would use on the walls, because it's got that little bit of texture. There's a little bit of a shine as well, which is so cool. The wood floor is looking sick. You've done a really nice job on this thing. So certainly tag it when you are counting it as fully done, because I want to see what else you've added to it. This thing is looking great. This one's coming from DNIDEX22. I took forever saying that, and I don't know. Anyway, so what do we got? Welcome to Xavier's Shop for Gifted Collectors. And look at this. It's a comic book shop. How awesome is this? This is sick. Got the desk here. You got Professor X sitting there. You got the Xavier shop emblazoned, painted onto the wall. The bricks look amazing. All the props on here are just looking sick. It's just, wow. Super fun. Love all of these little long boxes with the comics that you got there. It's just, wow. Oh, look at that. You've got the NECA cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pieces, all sorts of action figures up on the top. That is sick. That is awesome. Absolutely love it. So great job on this. Next, coming from Reco CH, we have seen several buildings from him in this style. I don't know how he's able to put together such amazing dioramas like this every single time, and there's always something uniquely different about each and every one of these things, and they are always so amazing. I wish that I could bring my own work to this level, because it is so clean and so amazing, and whoever it is that's buying these things is getting absolutely stellar pieces. If I had the money, I would love to just buy one of these things rather than try and build it myself, because I just don't have the time. And this thing is always so amazing. Oh, wow. And then he really knows how to take pictures too. He gets the lighting just right. Look at that little piece of graffiti and all the debris and stuff. Dang, that is so cool. Absolutely love it. I mean, it is so amazing. So great job, as always, to Reco CH on yet again another absolutely amazing diorama piece. This next one, coming from Virtual Oneer, is really impressive. You did a great job, especially with the graffiti and whatnot, but the paintwork on here, look at the mildew on that roof. That is looking awesome. I love that Mr. Robot sign with the light. Just everything about this thing is looking so nice with the weathering and the little debris pieces that you've got strewn throughout. Looks like you made this for Sinister Collectibles 1. This is just a really cool piece. It's going to be great for action figure pictures and what have you. Here's some work in progress. You can see how this thing came together, adding a little bit more paint and whatnot on here, and then throwing on the little roof piece. I'm really impressed with that roof piece. That looks really nice. So awesome job on this. It just really turned out very, very well. Here are a couple of pictures coming from the Toy Bookie. Go check him out. He's got a really cool YouTube channel, does some very, very helpful YouTube tutorials, and I just really like this picture. The posing that you've got of the figures is it just looks pretty natural to me, so I think you did a great job with that. This piece is sold, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to pick this up. He did a really nice job on this. I love the signage. I love this little newspaper dispenser sort of thing. It just looks really cool. I think, wow, you did a great job. I really dig the pictures. They look really nice. So great job to the Toy Bookie, and congrats on whoever it is that bought this thing. This one's coming from Born and Raised G1 Style, and this is, what are we calling it? The greatest fighters the world sail out to sea to Shang Tsung Island and will determine the fate of Earth's realm. Mortal Kombat display piece, and I have to say, you really did a great job on this. I'm not sure if it is no, I don't know, but I really dig this thing. It's really looking great. Look at all the paintwork on there. The weathering on the door looks super nice. The woodwork on here also looking really good. Gives that old world style look, and I am really digging it. It just turned out very, very nicely. It's going to be great for putting some cool pictures together, and yeah, you just did a very, very nice job. I'm thinking maybe this isn't quite done. I feel like I see the edge of the foam, so maybe this isn't 100% done, because I can see the foam, the backer and whatnot. But yeah, this thing is already turning out very, very nice, whether it's done or not. I'm really digging on it. All right, next, coming from our friend JV77, Jaime is really stepping it up with his diorama making. He just got going not too long ago, and this Evil Dead cabin really is turning out very nicely. Love the chimney that you've got on here. It's very clean looking, the work that you've done. The roof obviously looks pretty awesome, and it just is a great representation of the movie. If you remember watching the movie, which I've watched, umpteen million times. Absolutely love it. Love the little weathering that you've got on that white part. That really turned out nice. The siding also turned out great. You just did a very, very nice job of getting that look of the movie. So really nice job. Next up, this one's coming from Rhino Dioramas. As always, go check them out, rhinodioramas.com. Follow them on Instagram, and you get all of your 3D printed items and dioramas if you happen to need a dio. This is a Freddy diorama, obviously 1/12 scale, and this is looking very nice. I love the paintwork. He always does really, really good paintwork on his dioramas, and this thing is looking very tight with that paint job and the sculpt work. You can see the block or brick. Just a very solid looking piece. Great job with the little posters that are on the walls, and then the furnace. Just a very, very nice little display piece that you can show on your shelf if this is something that you are interested in. Obviously, go hit them up, Rhino Dioramas, and see what else they've got on their store. Check this one out from High School Creations, latest progress on the alley commission. This door is really looking sick. The paintwork on there is awesome. I really dig that. And then your brick also is looking very, very nice on here. You just really are stepping it up, and this is looking very nice. Can't wait to see what this is going to look like when it is completely done. So make sure that you tag it and let us know when it is completed. Next up is this picture coming from Freda0204, The Adventures of Tintin. I just really like this picture. I like it a lot. It feels like there is a spotlight on him. You can see the shadow on the back, which is a really nice touch. And then, of course, the diorama piece, which we'll see a wider shot in the next picture, is very, very nice. It's simple, but very, very effective and very nicely done. You can see they must have done each brick individually and stacked them. That's a style that I've been seeing a lot more of, which has got to be very tedious, but it is worth that effort because it really looks cool when it's all put together. So really nice looking piece. And this one's coming from Road Trip Attic. We showcased this piece, work in progress. Technically it's not done. I think they're saying that they have a back and the roof to do, but what he's done here with the majority of this piece is amazing. Just check out the paintwork on here. It is so realistic looking. I mean, this sidewalk is so amazingly detailed. It's ridiculous how good the paintwork on here is. So can't wait to see what the roof is going to look like and the back side of it, but it already is looking absolutely amazing. This is coming from Euler's Workshop, and let me double check because I want to play this with the sound. He's got kind of a tutorial tip on what to do to give a little bit of a different effect.
So I see a lot of people using a leaf-shaped hole punch on colored paper to create foliage for their dioramas. And well, I think that looks awesome, especially if you're doing like a fall theme in your diorama. This is a really cheap, easy way to create hyper-realistic foliage debris. Just cut open a tea bag and spread it around. Use an air duster can or a brush to move it where you want. You can make this permanent by just spreading some white glue or Mod Podge where you want them to stay, and then sprinkle the tea over it and let it dry clear, and it's forever a part of your diorama.
Okay, that is amazing. I will definitely be trying that on this project that I'm working on right now. I needed this sort of technique. How simple of an idea is that? And you know what? I bet you could even just get a straw and blow it yourself if you wanted to get that look. The thing that I like about the wind is it's going to give that more realistic look when you know how wind will kind of blow around a building, and it's gonna have everything kind of what's the word, like build up in a certain spot because of how the wind actually works. So you're getting that realistic look of where that debris would normally go. This is an amazing idea. My wife drinks tons of tea and she probably won't miss one little tea bag. So this is a great idea. Thank you so much for sharing. Next, coming from Hemble Creations Customs. Last week I had mentioned something about the Smurfs, and then all of a sudden Hemble Creations Customs posted like 5 or 6 different Smurfs display pieces. I've got this one here that I'm going to showcase with Brainy Smurf, but each and every one of them is so unique and so much fun. Again, I love the Smurfs. It just brings me back to my childhood of the shows that I did get to watch. Smurfs was one of the few that I got to watch on a regular basis. Absolutely love the show. I wish that they could do more Smurfs figures, some actual action figures. That would be super cool. But just this piece is so cool. I love the woodwork that you've got on here. It really has that Smurf feel, and you really nailed everything about what the Smurfs is, I think. Let's take a look at your profile, because there are a few other pictures that I really want to showcase of what you did. I mean, the amount of work that you do is phenomenal. And you know what? I'm probably not going to find them now. Dang it. They might be way further down in your profile, but I highly recommend that you go check out Hemble Creations Customs. You can see they do a lot of amazing work, and the Smurf work is super cool. I really dig it. Here's a fun little wall coming from Queens, New York Figures, and this is just a really nice, solid-looking diorama piece. What do we got? Another quick bang. Yep, another quick bang. Sold the last one. This one probably should sell pretty quickly as well. Got a simple little wall for a background for your figures to be able to stand up against. A nice little sidewalk curb piece and a door. Everything looks really good on here. Love the light that you got above here. Just a solid-looking piece, and this I'm anticipating should sell pretty darn quick. This one's coming from C Goosey, and wow, this thing is amazing. So cleanly done. The paintwork is amazing. Just check out that door. That is amazing work. I'm guessing maybe this is 3D printed. These what would be iron pieces on the doors, but whatever it is, if it's hand done, 3D printed, it is amazing looking. You just see the paint detail on here. It is so good. Obviously, C Goosey does a lot of great work. If you're not following him already, please go do that as soon as you can. You can see these are glowing. That is awesome. So great job. Really dig it. This one's coming from Eli Moir. Okay, I got that wrong. Their name is Eduardo Lima. Oh, I'm not sure. From Brazil. Let's see. Know me on Facebook. I don't know if I know you from Facebook. Maybe I do. I really like this piece. It's kind of like a warehouse loading dock sort of display. The brick is looking really nice. Your mortar is on point, looking great. This door is obviously looking awesome. Some nice weathering on there. You can see a little bit of green in there, and then a little bit different take for these walls. You've got this concrete piece is actually painted green, which is a nice touch, gives it that uniqueness to kind of stand out from all of the other loading dock sort of diorama pieces. You got a door over here. Let's see if there is a picture of that a little bit closer. There we go. A little bit of that door. You can see the mesh in there, which looks awesome. So very, very nicely done piece. This is coming from Tom's Dioramas. It's a mini 1/12 display base, 9 inches long by 3.5 inches deep, built with some scraps just to play around with. The paintwork on here is looking very, very nice. If you're not familiar, this is like a garbage can with some garbage in it and whatnot. A little different style than the garbage cans that we have here in the States usually, but yeah, it looks really good. You can see a little bit of the weathering here where there's maybe some rust, some garbage, some old cigarette butts and whatnot. You can see that he threw in some nice paint weathering here to get that extra contrast and whatnot. So very, very nicely done. This one's coming from Fig It Out. It is another Star Wars diorama. At least I am counting this as Star Wars. I'm not seeing... Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Star Wars. This looks like a Star Wars piece, right? Dio in the works. Want to be able to include more than just Star Wars to this setup, so trying to something different, not the typical walls you may be used to. No, it isn't the typical walls, and I really dig it because you can see you got kind of like a stucco-like look. I'm always interested how you did that to get that texture. It looks really cool. Maybe you took some sort of like drywall mud and slapped it on there, give it a little bit of texture or something like that. Always interested to know some of the behind the scenes as to how you did that. But this is a really solid piece. It's going to be great for pictures, obviously. So really nicely done on this piece. This one's coming from Diorama Diaries. He's got several pictures of different stages of this particular project, and this particular picture really struck me for the artistry because he did all of this painting, I believe, by hand. It is not stenciled or anything that I can think of. It is so well done. I love it. It looks so cool on this side of this little building. You got Bart Simpson and SpongeBob. It's just such a fun little piece, and the quality of workmanship on here is so good. So great job, Diorama Diaries. Your work is really nice. Here we go. We've got Pickle Rick from Mastercraft 3D. We've got a nice little backdrop wall with a couple of they're like sewer type of entrance grate, like spouts or whatever you want to call it, and then you've got a really nicely done Rick and Morty like logo on the front, which is a great way. I love it when you guys do that. You put the property name on the front. It just really makes these pieces look professional, and you really did a very nice job on this piece, and this is going to look really great on your shelf. This one's coming from Calypso Diorama. I'm wondering if Olivier is the actual creator. Not entirely certain, but this is a Naruto display piece. The workmanship on here, the paintwork, the sculpting is really nice looking. It's very natural looking, very nice colors. It's very rich looking, and then this backdrop with what looks to be eyes and whatnot. That's kind of creepy looking, but in a good way. You just did a really nice job on this piece. The paintwork is, of course, always so good. So very nicely done on this diorama piece. This one is coming from Sibo Crafts, and I'm not familiar with the title, The Witcher. Really not familiar with any of that, but the diorama looks really good. This ice-like look is very cool, very unique. Haven't really seen anybody doing this much, maybe a little bit with like Iceman. What I'm interested in is what this material is. Let's read through. I think this is my best piece. Love it so much, even in blah blah blah, and this work. Okay, so we're not entirely sure what this material is. So if you are watching, in the comments, please let us know, what did you use to make this? Because it just looks really cool. It looks like some sort of ice or gem or something. You've got a little light underneath there. I bet you this looks sick in the dark. Oh, that's so sick looking. That is so cool. Really dig on this piece. Very nice. The little bit of snow in here, that is awesome. So great job. This one's coming from Time Capsule Scratch Builder, and this is the Flying Scotsman miniature footplate experience. I'm not sure what that is. The completed piece. I think this is the first piece where I entered the next era of your artwork. So maybe this is a slightly older piece that is getting shared again. This is obviously looks to be the back of a train, or where you're chucking in the wood or the coal on a train, I think is what this is. Who knows? I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, but look at the detail on this thing. It is amazing. The detail work on all of this. Is this all handmade? I think you usually make everything pretty much from scratch. So wow, you've even got like this whatever that is, max speed. The dials. Jeez, the detail work on here is phenomenal. So amazing job on this. Here is a dojo from Diorama 1.18. I'm not going to be able to read that because I only speak English and I just don't know other stuff. What I really like about this piece is how clean it looks, and this is what it started off as, and this is what you built it out to be. Always love these dojo display pieces. They're always so cool looking, so keep them coming. This one is from Marvel Customs, and this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles diorama piece. I think they based it off of the arcade game. This thing has a lot of room to be able to put a lot of figures on, which is so cool. You can see the scale of the two NECA figures here, or maybe, yeah, that's the NECA. Is it? Looks, oh, that's right. NECA has the newer green ones too, or the lighter green. But yeah, look how big it is. You've got a lot of space to be able to put a lot of figures on here. It is going to be a great display piece. The color tone that you got for these bricks really does match the cartoon very well. So really nice job on this piece. And last but not least, coming in with Dark Mini Room is a Joker 1/6 scale display piece. Very nice looking room. Oh, this is 1/4 scale. Dang, that's big. Really nice looking piece. I love all the little accessories and whatnot that you've got on here. It's just very cool looking. The only thing that I would maybe add is, because at this scale, things start getting a little bit more lost in these walls, is I would maybe add in some conduit to like electric outlets or something like that to give it even more realism. But otherwise, I mean, this thing is looking really cool. It's a great display piece. So great job on this. All right, you guys, we are finally at the end of another, what I would say to be awesome episode of Amazing Dioramas, but we are not quite done yet, so don't leave yet. We've got to reveal my top 5 of the week, and then you will get your chance to vote for your favorite on the community tab on my channel. And my top 5 are the Captain Rex Star Wars Dio by Brett Woolman, the Subway Station Dio by Diorama Boy, the Joker Stairs Dio by Jesse Blaze, the Endor Forest Dio by Star Marvel 76, and Thanos' Throne Room Dio by EMT Diorama. Again, make sure you go to the community tab on my channel right after you're done watching the show and vote for your favorite, and I will reveal the winner next week. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the bell notification, and I will see you next week.